Okay, now it's time to add in our opening titles, and then we're going to add some text over top of this. You may notice that things are a little different because we have some new footage, because Adobe has changed the way they do titles, so I have to redo this video. So the first thing that we're going to do is an intro title. And the name of the video is video 1-2 because I'm not that creative. So we are actually, rather than going to graphics and titles up here, we are instead going to actually go to Window, Workspaces, and you're going to pick Captions and Graphics. Like that. There we go. So now we are in a different setup essentially, and really this is what we want here. If you're not in Browse, make sure that you click on Browse. And these are some different titles that are animated and everything. They're kind of cool. We're going to scroll on down. We're going to pick Angled Title. And it gives you a little bit of the animation here. If you move your mouse back and forth a little bit, it kind of shows what's going to go. And so we are going to grab this. Now, I don't like the way that they do this, but that's fine. So what you have to do, what I've noticed, is you can't go up here and say insert or overwrite or whatever. You have to dump it into your movie. So I dump it into just a free spot here on the end, and I'm gonna put it on the video 2. And now we can edit this. Now, in order to see what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab the playhead and we're gonna put it right here in the middle. Okay, and you have to click on it in order to say, hey, this is what I want to edit. And you will notice that automatically you have the text tool that is selected. If you don't, then make sure that you've got that. And click in the middle of your title here. Now, Command A will select all of it, and you type video 1-2. Great. Now, if you pull the playhead back and forth, you will see that you have a little bit of animation. It comes at you right here like that. That's kind of nice. All right. And in actual fact, what we want is this thing to be not as long. So I want you to hold down the Control key, click on Speed Duration. Okay, actually I said hold down the Control key, but hold down the Control key and click on this clip right here, and then pick Speed and Duration. And at the moment you'll see that it's 5 seconds and 0 frames. So click on it. We only want this to be 3 seconds. So hit 3 and period. And say OK. The period means, yeah, there's something else after. If you hit period twice, then it'd be 3 minutes. Okay, zoom it out. All right, so it is now, the duration for this guy is now shorter. It's only 3 seconds. Okay, so now that we've changed the length of this clip, now we're going to put it in the front. And it's actually really quite easy. So we're going to just grab all of this and move it over. And this is one of the things I don't like about Premiere Pro's new titles. We used to be able to use the insert command, but even if you grab this and you pull it up and pick insert with the playhead in the front, bad things happen when you delete this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to just grab everything. So I'm going to click up here and drag a box down, move it over, and grab the intro title. I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to pull it actually down to the video 1. I'm going to click in the empty space and hit delete, and that moves everything on back. Awesome. So now you can see that the video title comes on up, and it looks actually kind of neat. Okay, that's great. So that's your intro titles. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put knee shot. And we're going to put knee shot in the top corner right up here. All right, now if you are still in the text tool, then you can actually, you'll notice that you can actually just click wherever the heck you want and just type in. I'm going to click right here. See how it made the graphic down below, right? and I can just type in knee shot. Whoops, I did knee shot. There it is. Okay, well, it's not easy to see, is it? So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to play around with this text. And so take a look at all of these settings that we have down the left. And by the way, you had these settings as well over in the opening title. I just kind of wanted to play with them here in this guy. And so what are we going to do? Well, we've got align and transform. I actually kind of want you to sort of play around with it. You know, you can always undo what you've done over here in the history panel. It shows everything that you've done. You can back on up and everything. Okay, so by the way, you'll notice I clicked out of this guy, and so I'm going to click back on it. That gives me this window back, and you'll see that whoops, there is where I was, right here, the knee shot. Super. Now, if I want to affect what I've typed in here, I'm going to have to highlight all of it. So I went Command A and it picked everything. Now watch this. So first of all, I can move it over back and forth. I'm hovering over top of this, and then I grab this guy, pull it down a little bit. Good stuff. Okay, if I want to change the text, I can go here. I can change it to Lato is the name of the font, in black italic. Yeah, that looks good. I can change the size of it. I mean, this is all pretty standard stuff for what you want. I do like, I have to say, adding a stroke around it. That does allow it to really pop. You can also add a shadow if you want. It currently has a little bit of a shadow, and you can even change the color. You can change the shadow using the eyedropper here, although the eyedropper, I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the eyedropper because it doesn't, the cursor is supposed to change to an eyedropper. Watch this. See? There, it did for a second, and it is blue right here. And so now we go on over, you'll notice that the shadow is currently dark, but if I go over and I click on this area, so you'll see it's turned to a text tool. So then I'm kind of like, oh, well, am I in a text tool or am I in the eyedropper? Even though this eyedropper is blue. So I'm going to click on the pink here and we'll see. There it is. See how it changed? Even though it was showing me the text tool. Not liking that. It's a little bug in Premiere Pro. I'm not a big fan of that. What I do when I do want a color though, you can click literally on the color, and then you can decide from here. There's a big red. That's nice. I like that. That's the best way really to do it. Okay, so I would encourage you to play around with a whole bunch of these settings and see what you might want to do. If you accidentally click on an area, let's say down here, and you don't want it, see here how it's created this up there? You can actually click on it and hit delete, and it should disappear. Or control click on it if it's not working for you and say clear. There it is. Control click on this one, clear. Nice. Okay. So the last couple things I want to show you is, first of all, we want to shorten this one down, this knee shot. You'll notice it goes way too long. And so there's a very easy way to do that. We want to go back to editing mode though. So we're going to go up to Window, Workspaces, and pick Editing. Takes us back. Now we have these tools right here. And you can see the razor tool, which is the letter C for the shortcut. If you take this, now what I want you to do is make sure that your snap in timeline is turned on. Okay, And so you got that turned on, and so you'll notice it snaps into place right here on the end. So you click it with the razor blade, and now it has sliced it right on the end. So hit the letter V to get your move tool back. You click on the remaining amount and hit delete. Excellent. Pull the playhead back and forth. You can see what you've got. Awesome. That's great. And if you want to move that that around, you can still use the arrow tool. You don't have to be in the graphics section, and you can move it to wherever it is that you'd like. Thanks.